As you are aware, the Updf Amendment Bill, which seeks to introduce kangaroo military courts, will be debated by Parliament tomorrow, Tuesday, at least the order paper, for the first time since I joined the 11th Parliament, nearly a week before. We'd like to invite all of you Ugandans to turn up in big numbers at Parliament to watch over your MPs as they debate to either defend or surrender your liberty to military tribunals. All of you, please come to Parliament. It's your institution. We are there on your behalf. So all of you tomorrow, please come to Parliament. The Speaker should put this particular sitting in the compound to facilitate all of you to be present. I, for one, I am mobilizing Chira. I think the people of Chira need to see me as I debate the Updf Amendment Bill. All for freedom. PFF. So the rest of the country should come. We are there on your behalf. We are actually your employees. Please come and see us. We transact your business. All of you at Parliament. Of course, obviously, while we expect opposition MPs to turn up and fight this bill, we'd like to warn NRM MPs against passage of this Museveni Muhoozi law. Passing it will be betrayal of the very oath that each MP took. The oath was to uphold and defend the Constitution. One by one, each MP took an oath. Maybe they don't even remember. You know, NRM brought all sorts of people in Parliament, including those who have to constantly be reminded that you are in Parliament, yet they are MPs. You all individually took an oath that you will not only defend but uphold the Constitution. We therefore ask you, the NRM MPs whom Museveni has invited to State House, to take a decision whether you want to be traitors or whether you want to uphold and defend the very Constitution that you took on day one. This also relates to the political parties and organizations amendment bill that is before Parliament. Will be notified. It will also be discussed and passed tomorrow. This particular law is being made to change the formula of facilitating political parties. You know, political parties, the framers of the law said these are public institutions. The public must therefore participate in building them, because we don't know in whose hands we will be tomorrow when this NRM finally has collapsed, and it will. You may wake up one day and you are in the hands of a party that is not prepared. So that's why the framers of the law said we must put aside a fund to build and prepare political parties. Now, the Museveni junta says, no, these parties are receiving money. Now we must put a condition. You can only receive money if you are cooperating with us. That's why they are changing the law. If you are not cooperating with them, even the public funding they want to stop. So you will again, as I issued a call in relation to the Updf Act, please turn up in big numbers at Parliament. Watch over your MPs as they transact your business. Because these particular bills, according to the order paper, they are the only business Parliament will transact tomorrow.
Specifically, as highlighted by the President, the bill is unconstitutional. The Supreme Court did not decide that Parliament should make law, good law, out of a bad law. The decision had two key matters for us to consider as Ugandans. One, that it is unconstitutional to present and hear matters to do with the civilians in a military court, because military courts are disciplinary committees of the military. So that was the key decision. Then the other decision, which was also unconstitutional, that they have no competence and jurisdiction to handle matters of court, which are supposed to be in a civilian court, where you have officers like judges trained and with competence to handle such issues. The decision of Lord Justice Owin Dolo, the Chief Justice, about transferring files which are in a military court to a civilian court and be handled there is what they call obiter. It is just a decision in passing. It is not the judicial finding. So Parliament cannot sit to make law out of a matter or a ruling or an observation in passing, as if that is the basis for us to make law, and overturn bad laws into good law. Then we also having a problem, the decision of a court, which in itself is unconstitutional. So we have two unconstitutional issues: making bad law into a good law, offending the Constitution, because that will be against the rule of law and the foundation of the Constitution, the rights of individuals who are suppressed and persecuted in a military court, because now we want to clean it. So now they will be citing provisions of an act of Parliament, which makes law as if it is law. When the foundation of the law, what they call the spirit or constitutionality of law, is in rule of law, the spirit, the rule of law, it is not touched, you cannot see it, but it is the foundation of law. And then the rights of an individual as enshrined in the Constitution and in their individual constitutional universal rights. That is the scientific explanation. So no Parliament has jurisdiction under the Constitution, which constitutes Parliament, to make law, though you have legislative powers, just because you have powers. I'll give a quick example. You cannot make law that Ugandans should not speak. You cannot make law that Ugandans should not eat or visit bathrooms, because that's their universal and inherent rights. So now what we are doing actually, we are making law where we have no powers to make such law, because the powers under the Constitution, they must be guided with the rule of law and the enshrined rights of individuals. So what is happening in the General Court Martial, it is against that. Now, no Parliament can make such a law. Then two, and also very important, which was really given to us, that these other observations cannot just be a basis. They are either administrative guidelines by those institutions. So you cannot now see to make law out of guidelines, because guidelines keep changing administratively. Again, that is scientific. And now we have a very big problem. Thank the guidance of the working committee and our president, that at least now we are instructed, because for us now as members of Parliament, we are also not there. We are representatives of the people and our party. So our party has taken the decision.